make something very, very clear during Black Women's We Shall Overcome month, during Black Women's Juneteenth month. You know what's going to help violence against Black women end? When Black men get violent about the protection of Black women. When Black men start exhibiting violence against the non-protection of Black women, that's when we're really going to see the change that needs to happen when it comes to protecting Black women. Sorry, I've been missing a little bit. Your sister been working. Baby, I've been working. Y'all know I work harder than a Jamaican. You know I got more jobs than a Jamaican, baby. The Jessie from Portmore is really popping out these days. Y'all know I'm Haitian by blood, but I'm Jamaican by my work ethic, all right? Shout out to the BET Awards that happened over the weekend. I was blessed with the opportunity to go cover it for I1 Digital.
You know how we get down. Get ready to see a whole lot of lights, camera, and action.
Hip-hop is culture. It's how we communicate with each other.
BET know how to do it right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
50 years of hip-hop.
Nobody's gonna celebrate us like us.
It celebrates our Black culture.
Yeah. We're celebrating one of the greatest tonight, Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes is a creative and innovator.
Urban One, much love. Woo!
TV1, my TV1 family, my I1 Digital family, they sent me on the red carpet. They were the same family that sent me over to the Grammys. So I'm really, really excited. Whenever I do award shows, I always do like something funny, something in Creole or something that, you know, where I let you guys know, hey, mwen vini, mwen la, you know, in Creole. And I remember putting up a little video of me like tiptoeing to the carpet with my heels were barely not even tied. It was so much. It was an adventure just to get on the carpet. But I noticed when I logged on to my social media the next day, I saw like all this like chatter about me beefing with other Haitian artists that were at the BET Awards. Let me tell you something. The only beef I entertain is the beef on burgers, okay? That's the only time I entertain any beef, baby. I don't got no beef with nobody. I'm always excited to see Haitian people win, like especially like on big platforms like the BET Awards. Yo, I got to meet and interview Friday, who is a 5-time Grammy award-winning artist.
Mes amis, gade ki es mwen kontre nan BET Awards la, mes amis.
You know, I want my Haitian sister, JESSIewoo, man. Let's get it, man.
Like, I'm always down to, I'm always here to see Haitian people advance and win and do their thing. So just want to make that clear. Don't ever put me in no beefs. Like, if the beef ain't on a hot dog, if the beef ain't on a burger, if the beef ain't an impossible beef meat that I could put on my, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only type of beef I like, is the beef that I could eat, okay? Other than that, keep me out that shit, okay? Please, I don't have no beef with anybody. I'm always here to see people win. And to be honest, I be too busy trying to be employed. Like, I got like 30 jobs. Like, I do not have time to beef with anybody. However, I will beef with you about 2 things. My food and my money, okay? Those are 2 things I do not play with. Make sure my food is on deck and that my check is in my account. Other than that, I ain't got no beef with nobody, all right? And honestly, if you do support me, you know that. You watch me, you see me on social media, you see that I be at work. I be at Dish Nation, I be at work, okay? So no. Please keep me out of anything that's not positive. And if you do support me, follow my channel, follow me on socials. You know, I have music, KOUPÉ. Like, if you haven't heard KOUPÉ yet, go ahead and download it. Watch my music video. I'm working on more music. I just finished a song with Young Willis, who's a Nigerian producer out in Nigeria. I'm about to shoot my video for my next song, who was produced by Michael Braun. I can't wait to tell y'all a story about that. But Like, I'm doing great. Life is great. Life is good. God is blessing me. And to be honest, right now in this climate of Hollywood, like, I would be very ungrateful to be beefing with anybody. Like, the fact that I was able to go cover the BET Awards during a time where Hollywood is literally like a ghost town right now. You guys know, if you don't know, there is a whole writer strike, which is why we had no host for the BET Awards. So a lot of y'all was saying it was ghetto. First of all, I love ghetto. I love me a good ghetto time. I don't know why people associate ghetto with bad. Like, I love me a good ghetto time. And yes, there was not an award host because of the writer strike, you know, and everyone is standing in solidarity. But even in the middle of a writer strike, BET, as long as I believe it is still important to, you know, recognize Black artists, especially during Black Music Month, you know what I'm saying? Black Juneteenth month. Like, it's important for us to always show love to our community. We don't have many award shows. We don't have many platforms that honor us. So it's always important to take the time out to do that. So I would be very, very stupid and very ungrateful to God to be beefing and to be carrying on. Like, to be able to have a job at a time like this is, I'm so thankful to God. I'm so thankful to Jesus. I'm thankful that God is always blessing me. So, child, keep me out the shit, okay? All right. So let's talk about it. So, you know what? I want to start a little segment here. I wanted to name it something when I do talk about like pop culture, like things that are outside of dating shows, which I know I've been missing for a bit. I know Love Island is back. I have to catch up on that. You know, I hope you guys will be okay with me covering it, even though I'm going to be like late in my coverage. I know The Bachelorette starts this week. What else? Married at First Sight just ended. I didn't cover the season, but I do have thoughts. So I'm going to make a video on that. I have a lot of thoughts on that croissant-faced fool heiress. And what else? I want to talk about Ready to Love because if you guys know Rashid and Simone, who were engaged to be married, they've been going through a lot and it's been exploding all over YouTube. So I want to talk about that a little bit as well. But in this video, I just want to address like just a couple things. So I think I'm gonna just name this a couple things with Jessie, period. So when I come on here and I just want to address like random things that are going on in the news or whatever, I'm gonna title it a couple things. So first of all, let's start off with the submarine, child. The other day, I did post a video on IG giving my thoughts on the submarine incident, and here it is. Y'all, I was gonna get on here and joke about that damn submarine that went to go take that liquid tour of the Titanic and Ariel's homeland, right? I was gonna get on here and, you know, qu'est-ce que t'es voyé nous? What were you looking for? You know, all that, right? But then I was thinking about it, and it made me think about Haiti, where my parents are from. Right now, there's a huge issue in Haiti with running water. And it's been an issue for years, right? For the last 2 years, I've literally looked into how to build a water well in Gonaïve and Jérémy, which are the two villages my parents are from. To drill a water well, it's about $9,000, right? And if you factor in doing it in a country like Haiti, maybe factoring in the cost of going down there, bringing the materials down there, maybe, you know, travel, it would probably be around like $30,000, right? To give running water to an entire village. These billionaires paid $250,000 to possibly lose their lives, to go under the sea. They literally spent 100 times what it could possibly cost to put running water in all of Haiti. And it just makes you think, this is why billionaires should not exist. Because this is what they're doing with their wealth. If you look at what billionaires are spending their money on, and if you look at how billionaires do nothing for the rest of humanity, and how billionaires literally add to the issues of Black and brown people all over this world, it just puts things into perspective. This is why I know we shouldn't joke about people dying and stuff like this, but when you see billionaires eating themselves up like this, there is a part of you that
will somewhat rejoice, especially if you're part of these underdeveloped countries who are literally at the misery of billionaires. There's a country in Africa called Equatorial Guinea. Over 80% of that population doesn't have running water, but it is literally one of the wealthiest regions, one of the wealthiest countries in Africa because of its oil. I believe ExxonMobil still drills there. And to think about the fact that this country is sitting on billions of dollars, right? With over 80% of the population not even being able to have a clean glass of water. But then you see billionaires spending $250,000 to go under the sea, to go look at some shit they could have looked at on a YouTube video. It puts things into perspective. Billionaires should not exist.
So first things first, because I know a lot of people watch things and listen to things, listen in order to respond instead of listening to understand and comprehend. In that clip, I'm not telling billionaires how to spend their money. I'm not telling anybody how to spend their money. I'm just making an observation, a very obvious observation. And if you don't understand the observation, you know, I mean, it's okay. Everybody's not going to understand. But if you don't understand, I don't think you always need to negate what you don't understand, especially when someone is just speaking facts. It is a fact that billionaires are not assisting in the overall economic health of minors. It is what it is, y'all. Like, they're not assisting. I don't care if your fave is a billionaire. Like, I don't care. It just doesn't assist in the overall economic health of minors. And when I say minorities. And when I say minorities, obviously I'm talking about, you know, black people, specifically, black people, brown folks, you know. And if you do your research, just whenever, pick a billionaire and you will find a trail of economic failures for the majority of people who work for this billionaire, whether it be closely or loosely. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, y'all. And when I saw this story, to me, it just felt like these people just took their money and threw it in the ocean. Like, just threw it in the ocean, just threw it away. You know, even if they did make the and when I recorded that video, I did not know it hadn't been confirmed that they passed away. And obviously, you know, rest in peace to everyone who passed away and condolences to their families. You know, there was a 19-year-old boy on this submersive. I mean, it's sad all around. But when I was watching this, I'm like, damn, like, to see people just be able to throw that money away, all the things I just could see that money doing, it just was sad all around for me. Just sad all around for me to think that there are people in this world who can't even have a clean glass of water a day, versus there are people out here who can literally spend $250,000 to go under the sea, to go get lost at sea, versus someone who can't even have a clean glass of water. Like, and in both instances, there's water, right? Water is relative. And that's why I was just thinking of that. And, you know, it's just sad, right? It's sad. Obviously, again, I'm not telling anybody how to spend their money, but I did have a lot of people also say, well, why don't you do it? Why don't you get Haitians together to do certain things? Or why don't, you know, Africans get together and do certain things in their African countries or whatever, brown countries or whatever, right? That's so easy to say, but so hard to do. In order to, for instance, for me to build a water well, right? I can't just go down there and just build a water well. Billionaires are able to buy something that my money cannot buy, which is governance, order, security, infrastructure. I can't buy that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go into a country and just build whatever you want, even if it is Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we don't even have any governmental officials sitting down, you know, that are seated and in place to impose certain rules and regulations so that you could be able to go ahead and do that. There's so much lack of order. And when you think about politics and government and all that, billionaires buy that, y'all. Like, money buys all that. Money buys all that. Why? Which is why when you look at when somebody's about to run for president, that's why they have to go campaign and raise money. You had a billionaire run for president and still was raising money, going on a campaign trail. You know what I'm saying? And still raising money to do that, to become president. It all takes a lot of money to not just go build. You have to be able to buy governance. You know what I mean? And so that's another conversation for another day. But, you know, RIP to those billionaires. But it's just sad. It's just sad all around. But anyway, let's move on, y'all. Let's talk about the BET Awards. So, you know, again, I was at the BET Awards and I wanted to touch on two things from the awards. Well, first of all, three things. Seeing Sexy Red talk about going to Pound Town and how her booty hole's brown right in front of Bobby Brown gospel, Bobby Jones gospel. I'm sorry. There are just some things in life that you, like, a script couldn't even write this. Like, a script. You couldn't make this up. Like, it just was ghetto, hilarious, funny. Like, it just was so much fucking, it just was hilarious. And I think the BET Awards this year was just so many uneventful things that happened. Like, even in the crowd, I feel like being in the crowd was almost more entertaining than the actual stage, which is hilarious. But speaking of the stage, I want to talk about Trina, right? So Trina hit the stage and she performed, and y'all know I'm from Dade County. I'm from Miami-Dade 305. I am not from Florida. I am from Miami-Dade County. I don't know what Florida is. Florida does not exist in my life or in my vocabulary. I'm a Dade County girl, so I'm always gonna, like, stand for Trina, Trick Daddy, Uncle Luke. Like, I'm always gonna stand for that. And I remember just losing my mind when they hit the stage. But I remember when she hit the stage and hearing people say certain things, and that's when I knew that she was gonna trend, not just for her performance, but for her body. And I wanted to touch on that. I remember I was going back and forth with one of my friends because even she was texting me. She was like, girl, she's pregnant. I was like, no. First of all, I've been blessed with the opportunity to sit down and eat with Trina. Anybody who knows Trina and has sat down and ate a good meal with Trina knows Trina eats like a drug dealer. Pick your favorite drug dealer movie. Pick your favorite drug dealer movie scene where they sit down and they eat. Trina eats like a drug dealer, okay? Trina eats good. She loves good food, and she doesn't starve herself, okay? Unlike a lot of entertainers, you know, right now, and even from her time, Trina has never had her body done. Trina doesn't have a lipo body. She doesn't have a what's that thing that the girls be getting? Not just lipo, tummy tuck body. She doesn't have implants. She doesn't have fake boobs. She doesn't have lipo in her. This is a real woman with a real woman body, and I really think that it's, first of all, it's deplorable. It's disgusting the way people automatically assume that you're pregnant when you just clearly just went down, you know what I'm saying? You clearly went down to McDonald's, got a Big Mac meal, extra large, and you had you a good time, and then you went on stage. Like, clearly, this is a woman who does not starve herself, who likes to eat, and she has a real body. Why are y'all so obsessed with calling women pregnant when you see a real body? Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of your moms look like this, your sisters, your aunts. Why is it that when you guys see an entertainer with a real body, you automatically start to body shame, assume pregnancy, or start to say they need to go work out, they need to go do this, they need to go do that? Why can't regular bodies be just as appreciated as surgery bodies? Like, we're seeing people literally lose their lives. Like, especially, I just watched the internet be so concerned over someone losing their life. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly over, because we don't have the facts. but allegedly over possibly having surgery. And then fast forward 2 weeks later, you're seeing a bunch of people body shame this woman who is in her 40s, looking damn good, beautiful, gorgeous, you're shaming her what? Because she's a little bloated? Like, get the fuck out of here. What is wrong with y'all? It's just really weird, the obsession that y'all have over women's bodies. Like, and to be honest, I feel like that obsession is manifested in a lot of ways. Because like, even sometimes I look at certain bodies and I'm like, okay, damn, do I need to go get a tummy tuck? Or do I need to go get my hips done? Do I need to go get my butt done? Like, maybe if I do this, I'll get this or that. Or maybe if I get my body done this way, I'll get more attention from these guys. Or like, it really seeps through, like it seeps through my mind a lot. Like, I've had a lot of times where I'm like, okay, maybe I should get my body done, because I just see the reaction that women get when they do have their body done, or they look a certain way. And then also sometimes it does feel like women who do have certain bodies are awarded with more opportunities, right? But then I always come to the conclusion that, number one, I'm not about to be going through all that. You know, I've had my titties done, and that was, to me, that was the ghetto. Like, I have great results, and I've shared, you know, my journey with getting my titties done, but that alone was painful for me. Like, the pressure that you feel for those first couple weeks, no ma'am. Like, and I was someone who had no titties, so I felt every stretch. So no ma'am. But also it's like, it's not even worth it. Like, bro, my body's my body. It is what it is. Love me for who I am. Like, it is what it is. When I want to lose a couple pounds, I'll go in the gym, I'll diet, I'll do whatever. And then when I don't feel like it, I'm just gonna eat. And I feel like Trina is one of those people that she has her stages, she has her moments where, okay, she might do a little diet, but then right now she's in her I'm gonna eat era. I'm gonna eat. The summer, ain't y'all the ones who be saying the summer's gonna get whatever body I give it? That's her era. That's her era where she is. This life gonna get the body I give it. All these seasons are gonna get the body I give it. I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna be merry. Let people eat and be happy. Let people eat and be merry. Let people eat and enjoy themselves. Why do we have to be so critical of people's bodies? Especially women. Like, I hate that. Like, I really, really hate that. I feel like we're just so hard on ourselves already. We don't need to be hard on each other. Like, if you're gonna be hard on yourself, be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on another woman. Like, don't impose your views about her body on her, because like, you never know. Like, she probably like looked in the mirror and was like, damn, I look fucking good. I feel good. She gets on stage, she feels good. And then now there's thousands of comments like shaming her body, and now she's seeing herself in a light that she didn't before. I'm not saying that that's her truth. I'm just like being hypothetical. We've seen a lot of women in hip hop, in R&B, like in entertainment, change their bodies because of what people kept saying about how they looked. And some of them have changed their bodies to the point where there's no going back, right? And it's because of what people will constantly say about their bodies and how they look. We gotta stop. I thought we were beyond that. Just saying. I mean, so how do you feel about the whole people body shaming Trina? I think it's absurd. I don't like it, and it's old. It's old, it's tired. Find something else to talk about when it comes to women. Please, like, if y'all can't find, like, it's old. The whole, oh, she looked pregnant, it's old. Like, it's old, it's whack. Let's move on. So, speaking of the BET Hip Hop Awards, I have a very, I think, unpopular opinion, right? So first of all, I think another reason why people felt like this award show was a ghetto was because it was a whole lot of hip hop. It was very hip hop heavy. We only got 2 singing performances, I believe. You know, Coco Jones, who knocked it out of the park. I was literally in my seat in tears. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy to see her get embraced the way she has been embraced, especially like by her community, by her people, especially in the wake of, you know, a certain network trying to fuck out of her for years. But also we got Auntie Patty, which if you were watching my Insta stories, like literally like in real time when she came out off key. And I don't know if it was her in-ears where she couldn't really hear the key, but Patti LaBelle is not known for being off key. So I think it was something with the pace and the key. I think it was her in-ears. So I think it has something to do with her in-ears. And then I saw a clip of somebody who was in the crowd where, you know, we know Auntie Patti never knows the words. And there was a video of this girl, she was actually in the section where the teleprompter was, and nobody moved those people away so that Auntie Patti could see the words. But I mean, I felt like, and realistically, I just feel like Simply the Best was not a good song choice for Patti LaBelle, to be honest. I think that Patti LaBelle should have sang What's Love Got to Do With It? I just feel like, you know, Tina Turner never gave us runs. She wasn't a runs, like she wasn't doing all that. And Patti LaBelle is a yodeler, and I think that What's Love Got to Do With It is more yodel friendly, and like it leaves a lot of space for you not to have runs. So I don't know why they didn't just pick that. It's Tina Turner's most notable song. It's an easy song to sing. I mean, I don't know why they didn't just have her. You must understand, though the touch of your hand makes my pulse react. I'm sorry, Patti would have killed that. Only the thrill of a boy meeting girl, opposites attract. It's physical. Like, come on. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Patti would have ate that shit up. I don't know who told her to sing Simply the Best. Simply the Best is so like Simply the Best. Like it's too like it's too, that's not a song that everybody can sing. Like it's just not. It's not a song it's not a song for everybody. That's why Tina Turner sang it. And another Tina Turner song that I think that nobody should ever touch is River Deep Mountain High. Unless your name is Celine Dion. Don't touch that song. But I think What's Love Got to Do With It, it's such a, like, it's an easier song to sing. And I think Patti would have killed that. But anyway, moving along. So obviously this award show, we're celebrating hip hop 50. Shout out to Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes took me straight to Brooklyn Parkway. I felt Jamaican. In that moment, I was the proudest Jamaican in the room. I've never been so proud to be Jamaican. Like just watching Busta Rhymes bring out all of Jamaica on stage. You had Spice up there holding her leg up while her coochie was singing. I mean, I was a proud Jamaican. Do you understand me? A proud Jamaican from Portmore, okay? From St. Mary's. Jessie was in full effect. But it is my unpopular belief that dancing and choreography is not for every hip hop act. Dancing and choreography is not for every hip hop act. I loved seeing all the hip hop girls on stage. I really, really did. But watching Glorilla's performance this year versus her performance last year during the hip hop, the BT Hip Hop Awards, big difference. Big difference. When she gets on there and she does a little two-step, she that's enough. Glorilla should not have been doing climbing out the stage, climbing out the lips, then coming down the stage and getting on this pole, and that was too much. It was too much for her. It was too much for her, and that's just not the essence of who she is. We want to see the Memphis jump out. Like that's why we love Glorilla, and we didn't get her essence. Then watching Callie, oh my God, I was so excited to see Callie. I think she did a good job, but even her, I feel like it just was too much choreography. First of all, choreography is not for all, like boom cacking is not for all hip hop acts, especially for females. Like, well, especially for men, but for girls, it's everybody not gonna be Meg Thee Stallion. Everybody can't boom cack. Everybody's not gonna be Doja Cat. Like some of the girls, like when you watch Doja, when you watch Meg, they have a passion for dancing. It's their passion. And then some girls, you know what? They just need to know how to work the stage. There's choreography that's just for working the stage. Like for instance, we see what Tiana did with Summer, right? Beautiful. Summer Walker's fans have been complaining for a long time. Okay, you just stand still. You don't give us anything, right? So it was, I went to the Clear concert series actually, where she played here, was it last month or earlier this month? in Atlanta. She did phenomenal. It was phenomenal to see her break out. We don't need Summer Walker to turn into Beyonce. Beyonce comes from the school of Frank Gatson. That's like, the ladies, she's not of this world, okay? She's not part of your world. She's not part of our world, all right? That's the school of Frank Gatson. That's different, okay? But seeing Summer Walker be able to, you know, getting her Diana Ross on. You know, there's the Beyoncés, there's the Diana Rosses, you know, where you have the stage presence, you have the, you know what I mean? Like, you let bitches know you're alive, okay? That it's not a cadaver singing on stage. But boom catkin is not for everybody. Lotto, the boom catkin is great. Boom catkin is, from what I see with Lotto, she is passionate about that. She wants to really dance and she eats it up. You know what I mean? She just has to be careful, I think, where there's some parts of the song, you don't have to boom cack. Take your time so that you can eat the verse up. But when the chorus comes, boom cack, rip yourself out the plastic. Yes, but there are some certain points of the song where you don't need to be boom cacking. So that's just like, do y'all understand what I'm saying? And I'm not being negative. I'm not dissing anybody. I just feel like boom cacking is not for every female hip hop artist. Some girls just need to be out there being an MC. Okay? There are some girls who are just, they're MCs. Let their background dancers carry the weight of dancing. Let me know if you guys agree with that.
One girl who definitely can boom cack is the one and only Doechii. Please don't play with her. She is the motherfucking moment. She is that girl. Don't play with her. She can boom cack, sing, rap. I want to see her get all the motherfucking things. Her performance was amazing at the BET Awards. The transition into Trillville, what it is, ho, what's up? I mean, to be honest, and I was actually hoping what's her name, Victoria Monet, would pop up and do her dance routine when Trillville came out. That was a missed opportunity for BET. But yeah, don't play with Doechii. She's that girl.
Okay, last thing that I want to touch on is Carlishia Hood, okay? We've all seen the video of what happened when Carlishia Hood, the black woman who was getting some food at, it looks like a local Asian food spot in Chicago a couple days ago. We all saw what happened where she's waiting in line to get her food and she gets into this argument with this man, or this man starts arguing with her. And as they're arguing, you know, she's keeping her hands to herself. She's distant from him, but he tells her, if you say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out. And she responds to that, and this man knocks her out. I have so many thoughts about this. First and foremost, there are other people in this restaurant watching this happen, and nobody comes to her rescue, right? There's a man, I think I saw one black guy that was like in front of whoever was recording it, and I think there was a black guy in front of that guy. Nobody, you don't hear anybody or see anyone saying, young man, please, like, you know, nobody's intervening, right? Y'all don't have a problem with that? Because I do. I'll never forget when, you know, I love to give you guys my personal stories because I feel like a lot of times when I see these things that I choose to talk about, I choose to talk about them because I somewhat can relate. I will never forget being on a subway train in New York, and the subway train was so full that I had to stand really close to this guy. And like, you know, I'm 5'2". This man was like over 6 feet tall, probably like 6'2", and he I think he was like Hispanic, a white Hispanic guy. And he was like, I don't want nobody standing next to me, right? And I was like, there's nowhere to and I couldn't even get that full statement out. And he got in my face. He was like, I don't want you motherfucking standing next to me. Like, he just started saying all these expletives. And he was like spitting, like purposely like spitting in my face while he was saying it. And there were all these men around me. Nobody intervened. Not one. And I stood right there and took it. I was like, I'm not moving. I stood right there. There was no space. This man was disrespecting me, and it had been a long day after work. I'm sorry, like, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna try to hit you. I'm not crazy, but I'm not moving. And not one man stepped in. And as the train emptied out, it was this man stopped, and this man turned around to me and said, I apologize. I'm sorry for doing that. And he left. And when he said that, I just burst into tears. Because what made me sad, it wasn't even what he did, it was what everybody around me didn't do. And if I had not known it before then, I knew it then, that black men are pussies. I knew it in that moment, that black men are pussies. Because I've seen black men slap black women down, get in a black woman's face, punch a black, I mean, I've seen black men do all types of violence, right? And in my mind, when this man was barking at me like this, I'm like, oh, one of these niggas gonna get up and stand up for me. I mean, one of these niggas gonna stand. Nobody stood up. Nobody said anything. Not one soul. And this is before I even had a platform or anything. Nobody said anything. And that's when I knew that black men are pussies. Love you, but y'all are pussies. Because y'all will literally stand there and see a black woman getting disrespected and won't intervene. And will not intervene. Will not intervene. They will have all this animosity and energy for a black woman, but they won't intervene when it comes to confronting a man, ever. When I saw this clip, it made me think about that moment. Now, apparently, Carlisha had her 14-year-old son with her. Apparently, her son was encouraged to go into the car, grab her gun. He comes in, and he unalives this man with 2 shots for putting his hands on his mother. Now, apparently, Carlisha and her son were arrested, but the charges were dropped once more footage showed that this man had also put hands on her son. I'm obviously thrilled that charges were dropped. I'm not happy about someone dying, but I'm always of the belief that violent behavior garners violent results. Violent behavior garners violent results. That's number 1. Number 2, I've seen a lot. The reason why I wanted to touch on this was I've seen a lot of people say things like, oh, she put her son in harm's way by encouraging her son to shoot this man. And now her son has to deal with the fact that he unalived someone. And that honestly is the biggest problem for me in this entire thing. Let me tell you something. Her son is a hero in this story. Her son is a hero. See, in my opinion, violence against black women would decrease drastically if black men would start being more violent towards black men who are violent towards black women. Look at the Sukiyana thing, right? That just happened. Things really stuck when you saw black men come forward. Because see, black women were always going to scream, protect black women, right? But it really sticks, unfortunately and fortunately, it really sticks when black men are at the forefront of that. Because we can't fight that fight on our own. We've been trying. It's not working. But when a black man shames a black man for being predatory, when a black man unalives a black man for physically attacking a black woman, that's when it sticks. Literally. That's when the change sticks. When black men start being afraid of other black men for being violent against black women, that's when this is going to stick, y'all. And where I stand, more y'all need to start being violent about your mothers. More black men need to start being violent about protecting their black mothers, protecting their black sisters, protecting their black daughters, protecting their black aunts, protecting their grandmothers. More of y'all need to be ready to die for us because we do it every fucking day. That's my stance on that. So blaming her and saying, oh, she's at fault. Are you fucking kidding me? That boy did what needed to be done. He protected his black mother. Had he not, do y'all not see how this man, I can't put the video up, but do y'all not see how this man punched this lady with the strength of Samson? Like, let's be serious here. Punched her into the next week. That boy did everything he was supposed to do for his mother. So, judging her and criticizing her, I don't think that's the answer. No. I think that more black men need to take a very violent stance when it comes to protecting black women. Black women need that protection. You think if that man was afraid of the other black men surrounding him, you think he would have punched that lady like that? Hell no. He'd be afraid of getting knocked out, punched, jumped, shot. He'd be afraid of all that. He wasn't afraid because he knew he could punch that black lady out and nobody else would do it. Well, fate would have a different plan. This is the type of stance that I believe black men need to have when it comes to black women. You put your hands on a black woman, we're gonna fuck you up. You put your hands on a black woman, you violate her, whether it be sexual, whether it be domestic, you violate her, we gonna violate you. You might not live to tell about it. Like, we need to bring public stoning back. Seriously, when it comes to black men putting their hands on black women, this needs to be the result. That's where I stand. Some of y'all gonna disagree. Maybe most of y'all will disagree. But I really believe that it is time to be violent about protecting black women. Because the talks, the panels, the brunches, the podcast, it's not working. It's not working. It's not clicking. It's not clicking. And then on top of that, I do see that she has, she wants to sue. What is it that she's saying she wants to sue for?
I'm Carlisha, Carlishia. Last name is Hood, Hood. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support for me and my family. On June 18th of this year, my life changed. My son's life changed. I've experienced pain in many ways that I would never have thought, never. What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and then arrested. I am thankful that the Cook County State's Attorney dismissed the case. I am also thankful to have my son with me and by my side, and also his charges being dismissed. I thank my family for supporting me and the people all over the world. The people did not play. And I just thank God everything was revealed. And just everybody who has been praying and rooting for us, I just thank God for them. That did not go unnoticed. You are all not forgotten.
Apparently, Carlisha is filing a 4-count complaint against the city of Chicago for wrongful arrest. I believe that's what it is. Yes. Being charged for murder. Because initially she was charged for murder along with her 14-year-old son. So she is filing a complaint and she wants to take the civil route. I fully support that. And let me tell you why. I see so many people like, oh, you need to be happy that you were free, girl. What else do you want? Well, we have another story in the media where you have that black woman who literally went to go get her iPad from her white neighbor, and her white neighbor shot her through the door and killed her. Was the white neighbor the older white lady, was she arrested immediately? Absolutely not. And we see where that's going. She's not going to be charged with what we wanted her to be charged with. Ain't going to be no trial. Like, so that family is going to have to file a civil suit. Here's the thing, is that we have instances where people who are white, people who have privilege, literally will commit certain crimes in broad daylight and not be arrested. That is a civil issue. That's prejudice, that's racism, right? And so her wanting to go the civil route, I fully support that. Fully support that. Especially in a place where we know historically there has been a lot of racism in the judicial system. Those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think about the couple things that I touched on. I guess this will be the first, you know, just a couple things with Jessie during Black Women's Juneteenth month. Let me know your thoughts on these topics. I am going to be coming back with MAFs, a Married at First Sight video, Ready to Love video, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.